Editing Crystal here, and I realized I never actually filmed an intro for this vlog, so we're just going to do that now. It is the 27th of the month, and this is my Once Upon a Readathon vlog for November. A bunch of my footage for the first week kind of disappeared. I don't know where it's gone, unfortunately. That is my fault for filming a whole month's vlog and not keeping shit organized. But anyways, in the first week, I didn't actually really read anything for Once Upon a Readathon anyways. I was reading a book, but I didn't finish anything, so the updates that you would have gotten aren't actually that much anyways. So I'm just going to be jumping you in from around the 9th of the month. You didn't really miss much at all, so here we are. Just finished the Mindfuck book number 5. I'm like glad. It was a really like probably one of my favorite books of the series. The ending was a little bit rushed kind of, but I don't see any other way they would have done it. But yeah, it was good, and I definitely recommend. But I'm just about to jump back on sprints, so just wanted to give you that quick little update, and now I will be jumping back into spinning silver. Good morning. It is now Wednesday the 9th of November, and there's been a huge gap, obviously, with me giving you updates because I haven't really been reading much. I went kind of back to work this week for a couple of days, so not a lot of reading happened. But I'm about to jump on sprints with Neva for her 31st birthday. I have managed to finish a book, but it just wasn't a book for the Once Upon a Readathon, which is the 5th book in the Mindfuck series, which was amazing. Absolutely loved it. 5 stars, 100% should read that story if you're into like dark, I wouldn't even say it's dark romance, dark thriller with like some like 3 sex scenes in it. And they're very fade to black sex scenes, so it's not like too bad. So I finished that, loved it. But in terms of books for Once Upon a Readathon, I have made it to, mind my microwave in the background, I have made it to halfway through stage 1. I am about to leave for a holiday. We leave tomorrow to head down to the Blue Mountains. We're going to be staying in Laura and going to visit a couple gardens. So that will be nice, and hopefully I will get some reading done while I'm away. I'm halfway through Spinning Silver, and I can definitely see why it's a very popular retelling. I find that a lot of people that have loved it more than me know a little bit more about the history of the different kinds of retellings, whereas me, I don't know a lot about the folklore that it's based on. So I'm just enjoying it for the story that it is. But I do really appreciate the writing and the characters. The only thing, and this is like what a lot of people say about the book, is the different points of view are quite difficult to understand because they don't have names at the beginning of chapter headings. It just kind of jumps in. So it takes a little bit of time getting to the chapter until you realize whose perspective you are reading about again. And I'm also listening to the audiobook, and all perspectives are from the same narrator. So that hasn't helped with figuring out what's going on. So if I'm not reading physically, it takes me even longer listening to the audiobook to figure out where I am and who's reading. Other than that though, it's good. But if you are a stickler for multi-POVs being confusing and you're not liking it, it's probably not a book for you. So let me go shower, get ready, and I will be jumping on sprints. So we have made it to the Blue Mountains. We are currently walking the Three Sisters Walk. I didn't get to listen to any audiobook on the way down because party pooper over here. So no reading has happened, but little Bubba slept the whole way down, so that was fantastic. So we're gonna do this walk, which takes about 20 minutes, and then head back to the hotel where I'll read. Back to the hotel. We were trying to get little Miss to nap, but it's just not happening. So what we are thinking we will do is chuck her in the pram and go for a bit of a walk. There's a lolly shop here and a chocolate shop and a bookshop. We did pop into, you would have seen a bookshop in Katoomba. They had some really cool board games, but no books that I really like wanted to buy. There was a few that like were different and unique that we loved. Hello, why aren't you napping? But yeah, so no books purchased yet. Haven't read anything, but we are about to go for a walk and buy some lollies. So it is now Friday, and we are getting ready to head out to the Mayfield Gardens. Little Bubba's chilling here. And we just stopped off at Peter's Cafe in Oberon, and I got the Hangover Burger. It has chicken, hash brown, egg, bacon, cheese. I'm not hungover, but it just sounded amazing. But yeah, we are about to head to Mayfield Gardens. It is meant to rain later today, but we're hoping we get a little bit in before it does rain, and I get to take some pretty photos in the gardens. That's the plan. But I just wanted to share my burger because doesn't that look amazing? I can rate 5 out of 5 for this burger. Peter's Cafe in Oberon. Anthony got the grilled chicken wrap, and he can rate. It's got bacon on it, and he even still ate it. And for those that know Anthony, he doesn't eat bacon. Very good. So if you need to stop for food somewhere in the Blue Mountains, Peter's Cafe, can recommend. Hello. Hello. Oh, those clouds look bad. Hello, baby swans. It's the baby swans again, baby. Oh, bless you. So it is our last day. Yesterday we got a little rained out as well. So we spent most of the day just exploring the town of Katoomba and Leura, did a little bit of shopping. Didn't really get anything. We just window shopped, trying to look for Christmas stuff. I have mascara on my face clearly. Baby girl is just hanging out on the floor while we get everything packed and loaded into the car. And I have some crumpets with Vegemite for breakfast. I usually have honey, but Anthony wanted Vegemite and we didn't want to buy 2 different spreads. And then when I get home, I am going to crash. Just a quick reading update for the vlog. I have finished Spinning Silver. I did enjoy it. I probably gave it about 3 stars. I found myself not wanting to pick it up. I found myself wanting to read other books. So that's probably why I'm not giving it as high a rating as I wanted to. I really wanted to love it. I wanted it to be higher, but I just found myself distracted and wanting to read other books. So that was disappointing. I did also finish off 2 other books that aren't for Once Upon a Readathon, which was The Girl She Used to Know, The Girl She Used to Be by Jess Kitchen. I'll put it up here so you can see it. Which was a 4-star read. That was a really good thriller. I really enjoyed that. I picked it up ages ago, put it down when I was about 40% in, and then I picked it up and finished it because I want to try and finish all the books that I'm halfway through before the end of the year so I can start fresh. And then I also finished the new audiobook from Lauren Graham, which is the Have I Told You This Already essay collection that she's released. And although it is definitely nowhere near as good as Talking as Fast as I Can, it was really good to like delve back into her life and have her read me a book again and everything, especially considering my rewatch of Gilmore Girls is almost over. That was really nice. I'm about to jump on sprints today, and I will be picking up the second book in my read-along adventure, which is The Guardians of the Ghouls book 2. I don't have it at the moment. It's in the pram, so I'll go and grab it before sprints. I'm going to be listening to that on audiobook. It's quite a short book, so I'm hoping I can finish the whole book during sprints because I am very far behind. And then later today, I'm going to be going for a walk with Alex along the foreshore in Warners Bay, so that'll be really, really nice. Yesterday, Addie and I went shopping and I got some craft stuff. We are going to be making some Christmas decorations using her footprint. I saw it on TikTok, this really cool video. So that will end up in this vlog here somewhere, the footage of us painting her feet. I set up the Christmas tree last night, and we only have like a really, really small Christmas tree. Like it's like the size of my book card. Like it's really small. So it looks a little depressing. So makes me want to go and buy a big Christmas tree because it's Addie's first Christmas. Like previously we never really spent Christmas here, so we didn't really need a big Christmas tree. So we just had like a little mini one. But I'm thinking with it being her first Christmas, we probably need to get something better. So I might end up getting a bigger Christmas tree. I'm going to be editing footage and working on resumes during my sprints and hopefully finishing Guardians of the Ghouls book 2 so that I can move on to the 3rd book. But that's my reading update for you. It has been productive this month, just not with what I'm actually meant to be reading. So I just used a new face mask and after about like 5 minutes, it started burning my face. Like absolutely, it felt like it was on fire. And you can't really see in this light, but my face is like beetroot red. Like it looks like I have been completely sunburnt and it is still absolutely on fire. So I won't be using that again. I have to go to Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow at a friend's house. It's like a Friendsgiving thing. And now I'm gonna look like I'm sunburnt. But the reason why I'm filming is I wanted to give you an update. I started the Capture, which is book 1 in the Guardian of the Ghouls series by Catherine Lasky. I am really enjoying it so far. I mean, it's definitely very middle grade-y, obviously, but like I don't expect anything else. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I am a little over halfway through. I'm going to be doing some chores around the house. Anthony's gone to bed, the baby's gone to bed. So I'm gonna do some chores around the house and hopefully get it finished tonight so that I can move on to the next book that I need to read for step 3, which I'm tossing up between 2 books, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go The Light After the War. So have the audiobook for it. So I will probably finish this one tonight and then like lay in bed and listen to the audiobook of the other one to get it started. I need to get better lighting so you can really see how bad this is. Hold on. Like, what the fuck? Oh God, I hope it goes away by tomorrow. I don't know what to do. Do I put like a cold face wash on my face? So we have finished Guardian of the Ghoul book 1, The Capture. We gave it about I gave it 3 stars. I'm so used to saying we. I gave it 3 stars. I mean, it's definitely a middle grade. I find it a very interesting concept. Will I continue the series? Probably not, because I just have so many other series that I want to prioritize. But I have started the next, which is The Light After the War. Put that down so it's not in front of her face. Which is a historical fiction about a true story of 2 women who escaped Auschwitz. So far so good. I'm about 45 pages in and I really enjoy it. But we are about to head to a friend's house for a Friendsgiving, like Thanksgiving dinner, but with just a bunch of friends. There's no family. So yeah, I just wanted to give you an update, and yeah, I'll probably read more of that tonight when I get home. But I read 45 pages today and I'm loving it. That's the update. Last one, little Bubba girl, are you ready? 1, 2, 5, 3. Perfect. The technique is getting better. Ta-da! On camera. Okay, you ready, miss? Hopefully this works now that it's on red.
Oh no, and you got red underfoot now.
Fail! So the arts and craft project is done. Our friends have left. I have ordered myself pizza and a thick shake, and I am going to climb into the bath and read my book while Anthony puts the baby to bed because I deserve it. So I am still reading The Light After the War by Anita Abril. I haven't told you much about this, but this is inspired by the true story of 2 sisters, or no, so 2 friends. Mainly follows the story of one of the girls though, who escaped the train to Auschwitz. Their mother managed to push her off, and it just her like kind of re-establishing her life following that, re-falling in love with an American. etc. Really well written, really enjoying it so far, reminding me of why I enjoy historical fictions, so that has been really, really good. So I am only this far in, but so far I'm loving it. I'm excited to see where it goes. Excited to sit in the bath, eat pizza, drink a thick shake. I've even got a chocolate lava cake and a mousse because I couldn't decide which dessert I wanted, so I got all three. So that's my evening. I'm gonna read that. Hopefully the baby will be in bed by the time I get out of this bath, and I can just climb into bed myself. So I just finished at Addie's doctor's appointment, and my plan was to go to Taco Bell because I wanted to try it because I'd never tried it. And Neva from Reading with Neva always tells me that I need to try it because she works there. And I didn't even realize we had one in Australia, and then I realized that there was one really close to me. And I was coming here for a doctor's appointment Friday anyways. But then I got a message from Guzman Gomez that I got a free burrito. So I got a Guzman Gomez burrito at lunch, and I didn't think that it was fair to also get Mexican for dinner. So I ended up getting a gotcha tea instead, a bubble tea. And I got their coffee creme brulee, and I'm happy with my choice. Now I'm heading home, and I'm going to be listening to The Light After the War. I'm currently about 45% into it, and I always forget how much I love historical romances or historical fiction until I pick them back up. But something has just happened and it absolutely broke my heart. So I'm hoping there is a happy ending, but in true World War like fashion, I don't think there is going to be one. Oh my god, it's so hot. Can you see how much I'm sweating? Anyways, that's where I'm up to in terms of my reading, and I will still go to Taco Bell. It just probably won't be in this vlog. So I have finished step 3, which was The Light After the War by Anita Adriel. And I gave this one 5 stars. I absolutely loved this book. It reminded me why I love historical fiction. This is the story of a young girl who survives because her mother pushes her off the train from the train to Auschwitz. And she manages to survive, and then she ends up traveling kind of all over the world, reinventing her life post-survival. A lot of more tragic things happen to her, and then we do get a happy ending. Bless you. We do get a happy ending in the end, which was really good to have because it was quite an intense read. One thing I will say is I didn't realize reading this until the author's note at the very, very end, but this story is actually the author's mother's story. So I thought that was even better when I read the author's note at the end, that it was based on a story of someone so close to her. So she did it a lot of justice, and it was very well written. It made me cry a couple times. It made me smile. It just made me realize why I love historical fiction. So that was great. Really enjoyed that one. Started The Prophets, which is for step 4 in sprints today, and I got about 10-15% in. I'm not really liking the way that it's written at the moment, but I am going to continue for sure. I've just been doing some editing and other stuff around the house, so I haven't really got too far into it. Okay, so Neva cried on the internet, and so did Brittany, and now it's my turn. But the thing is, I'm crying over a children's book. Okay, I just was sent a book from a lovely author who approached me wanting me to share their book for Children's Grief Awareness Week, which runs from the 17th to 23rd of November. And she sent me her book, Love is the Gift. And this is from Joanna P.A. Moore. And it is about teaching children how to get through the grief of loss. And to tell you that this book affected me more than I thought it would, holy shit. I cried on almost every page. And the stupid thing was I was reading it to Addie. And as I was reading it, she was taking a shit. And it was just the most stupidest moment ever. If you have had anyone in your life pass away and you need your children to understand grief, this book, I haven't lost my mum yet. But holy cow, when I do, this book will be coming out. Anyways, I just figured I would
bring the raw, honest me into this vlog, because although I didn't read it for the Once Upon a Readathon, more people need to know about this book because it is independently published, so it won't get the promotion that it deserves. So 100%, Love is the Gift by Joanne P.A. Moore is a must for anyone who's had any loss in their family or has anyone who's sick in their family and wants to try and explain to their children what is going on. Oh, I will never forget this book. This book will live with us for a long time.
You're gonna give me a show, mister. So we went to the zoo today. You would have seen some footage that I inputted, and I got sunburnt just on the one side. Like one side. This side, totally fine. This side, absolutely squelched. Squelched? Absolutely scorched. So I'm up to step 4 for step 4 for the readathon, and I was reading the prophets, but I think I'm going to DNF it because I'm really not enjoying it. So I am going to swap to a different book that I was already less than 50% through when I started the readathon, and I'm going to finish that and use that for step 4, which is a like sci-fi book. I'll put it up here for you, called These Broken Stars, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to use that. It's over 300 pages, but it doesn't really have a magical or a historical setting, but I'm just going to do it to get step 4 finished because I'm running out of time, and it's a book that I've already started. So it follows 2 characters. One is royalty and one is a soldier, and they've kind of been... there was like a massive crash that occurred, and they had to get into an escape pod together, and they have been kind of left on this planet where it's crashed. And it's the story jumping back and forth between past and present in terms of like post getting off and what happened while they were there. Very interesting, enjoying it so far. Keen to see kind of where it ends. There's kind of an implication that she didn't make it off and he did, and he's being accused of certain things. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be cooking dinner, so I'm going to be listening to that as I do that. And I'm currently around, I want to say like 65% through, so hopefully I can get that one finished today so that I can start my 5th and final book tomorrow. And it's only 100 pages, so I should get that one finished pretty quickly. So that's where I'm up to. I'm DNFing my original choice, which is the Prophets, and I am picking up These Broken Stars to finish instead. So I just picked up the groceries, and I had promised Brittany that I would stop in to the 24/7 bakery and grab a pie. I was super devastated. They didn't have any sweet pies. Like they didn't have like I know they wouldn't have a pumpkin pie because that's an American thing, but they didn't have any like apple pie or berry pie or like cream pie. Like that, it's just not a thing here in Australia, and I thought that this bakery might be different, but unfortunately it wasn't. So I did get one of their plain beef pies as well as a little lemon meringue pie thing that they had. But I was really wanting like an American pie. But they didn't have it, so I guess I'll have to make it at home. But I did stop at the bakery, Brittany, so I didn't break that promise. Good morning! It is almost the last day of the readathon. I still have 2 books to complete. So I'm in the middle of These Broken Stars. Well, in the middle, I'm 80% through, absolutely loving it. I had a job interview this morning, so I am spending most of my morning prepping for that rather than reading it. But in the afternoon, I should be getting it finished. And then I think I'm gonna have to substitute in a graphic novel or manga for my final book to get it finished, because it is the 30th today but I am going to finish it. I mean, I have another book that I'm partway through that I could finish that would maybe hit some prompts. It's a matter of whether or not I have the time to do that or not. So I will keep you posted. But in terms of where I'm going, I'm still on step 4. Absolutely loving these Broken Stars. It's taken me on a fucking wild ride. If you haven't read this before, definitely check it out. It's if you liked Illuminae by Jay Kristoff, this is worth picking up. It's written by Amy Kaufman, which is the co-writer that wrote Illuminae with him, and it has a very similar kind of vibe to it. Hair is washed, just about to have some breakfast. The baby is fed, and it is time to get ready for my interview. It is with Booktopia, so we'll see whether or not I get the job or not. It would be quite nice, so fingers crossed. Okay, so I got a third of the way, or a little more than a third of the way through the Prophets, and I chose a DNF. And according to the rules, you can count it if you got more than a third through. So I'm going to count it as step 4. And then step 5, I am going to use a book that I was less than halfway through before the start of the readathon, which I now have 20% left to finish by today to count as winning the readathon. And that is The Stars Between Us, I think it is. So that's how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to pass. Like my little dodgy Christmas tree. I wasn't kidding when I said it was small. So I have 20% left. The baby is about to have some dinner and hopefully go to bed pretty early, and then I'll get that 20% finished right on time for it to still count. Wish me luck. So I've managed to finish my 5th and final book. It is definitely bedtime. I'm exhausted, but I just wanted to let you know I finished. It was amazing. 5-star read. Really, really page turning right at the end, which was really cool. And now it is bedtime. Thank you so much for coming along for this wild month-long ride where I really only read in the last 2 weeks. If you haven't already, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe so you can get more of this mess. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend and happy reading. Bye!